That's 672-5763. Now, your host for Public Pulse, Floyd Whiting.
Good morning and welcome to Public Pulse. Now, the Christmas stroll has been the kickoff to the holiday season here in Sheridan for almost 3 decades. And this morning, I am joined by Sheridan County Chamber of Commerce Program Development Director Teresa Detty Moore and Christmas Stroll Planning Committee Chairperson Robbie Smith. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, Robbie, I want to welcome you to the show. You've been on before, but it was with Kim quite a while ago.
Yes.
So it's good having you back. It's good to meet you. Now, I do have a question down here as to why you would join that committee. But first, I want to say good morning, Teresa. How are you?
I'm great.
How's the year been?
Always busy, but really good.
Yeah. As the program director, development director, has there been anything this year in the development of programs that it strikes you as like, okay, this is something brand new that we haven't tried before? Because when we were in COVID, you guys had to find all kinds of new ways to do things. So this year, did you kind of just take it easy?
No. I don't think we know that word in the chamber office. No, you always look at programs. You always, we went through COVID, we had to alter things, and then it's looking at, okay, is there pieces of that we need to keep that make things easier for businesses? You see that with Small Business Development Center. A lot of their trainings are still through Zoom, still free. Have some in person again, but it's different things that you have to look at to see what's going to work. This alteration of Stroll actually came a little bit out of that because with COVID we had different barriers, and Santa had to be in a bubble for a while for pictures and that kind of thing. But with the all day, we realized people love it. So we're keeping it, and we talked about it as a committee. So things are going to change, but that's part of the game of planning things, right?
and during an incident like that with COVID, so many different things change. And when you come out of that, you can kind of take the silver linings with you as you walk down the road. Now, from what you've seen, are a lot of businesses embracing Zoom here locally? I mean, like in a big metropolitan city, I can see that really taking hold.
Right.
But something in small, like in our community here, is it as popular?
We don't believe so. It seems like a lot of our business owners would much rather do something face-to-face or hear from us. But then again, they're going to take advantage. If there's a training that they need and it's online, they're going to do it. So is it sought after before going in person in this community? No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the ultimate choice, know all end all of everything. It still uses like a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, Robbie, why join the Christmas Stroll Planning Committee?
Well, I've been on it for a number of years because my husband and I owned a business downtown, and I just continued to be on it. I retired, sold the business and retired about 1.5 years ago, and I don't know. It's just a good way to kind of help give back to the community, I guess.
And it's fun. I mean, would you say that it's just fun to sit around and think about Christmas and themes and trying to find new things for kids to do?
It is fun. And we've, Stroll has been altered in various ways over the years, and we've found some great ways like Get Caught Shopping and as Teresa said, with the all-day, starting in 2020 with the all-day stroll, people seem to enjoy that. They like to be able to go downtown during the day and do some shopping. Those that want to go down in the evening when the street's closed can. And if that's not your thing, you don't have to. You can still participate.
Now, this thing is 27 years old, correct?
Yes.
I mean, almost 30 years this has been going on. How many have you personally been a part of? Robbie, I imagine a few.
All of them, actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Did you decorate your windows when you own your business?
Oh, yes. We always did. It's a big deal. And I think that in Sheridan, the merchants are so great. They do wonderful windows. And I think it's exciting every year, waiting to see how everybody interprets the theme.
And that feeling when you're walking down the street, looking in the windows, and you've got those Christmas themes all the way, you get that hometown feeling. And even though, we kind of grew up with it, those of us who were born in Wyoming, it's a good reminder for even, visitors that something like this really does still exist. And it's very special for
It's
our
the Hallmark
downtown.
movie.
It really is, isn't it? It really is. Now, how many have you been a part of, Teresa?
Everyone for 13 years.
13 years. Wow. For many who might not know, can you explain what the Christmas stroll is and how it works?
Yeah, so the Christmas stroll is the day after Thanksgiving. Stores will, as soon as they open up, they'll post their winning button numbers. And that is, we have Christmas stroll buttons. We pick a new design every year, new theme. Yep, Robbie's got hers on. And then if your button number matches the one that's in that business, they're all chosen randomly, you can win a prize from that store. So people will come out at 8 a.m., they'll start checking their button numbers, see, if they're winners in any of the participating businesses, and do their shopping, because a lot of our businesses do Black Friday sales. So they'll start getting that done. We will have Santa at the WYO Theater again. That's going to be 11:30 to 1, and then he will be back at 4:30 to 7:30. So there's 2 different time slots you can go to, whatever works for you guys, your families. And then at 4 o'clock, we close down Main Street and we have hay wagon rides. We have groups down in Grinnell Plaza giving away hot chocolate and soup and chili and all sorts of fun stuff. And then we'll have some carolers going up and down the street. The Sheridan Junior High is going to help us out with that and do some caroling. So, and of course, everything is lit up by that point because it's getting dark. So it's just a lot of fun. We'll have marshmallow roasting down in Grinnell as well. And then at 8 o'clock, Bruce Burns is going to do a fireworks show. So you can watch that from Grinnell.
Wow. Bruce is
finale.
coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. His fireworks shows are absolutely amazing.
He's been a wonderful supporter of Stroll.
I don't even know how
Always.
many years he's done this.
I
It's
don't
quite a
remember
few.
either, but he always comes through, and it's much appreciated.
Now, Robbie, I know I'm asking you to reach back 27 years. How did all of this begin? Do you remember?
I do, because we used to have something called the retail committee of the chamber that met, and they met in the back room of our store. And it was our first year of having the store, and we'd always heard about, Black Friday and biggest shopping day of the year, and we were excited to be open that evening, and it's like there was hardly anybody downtown.
Oh, wow.
It was just dead. And so the next day the next time that we had the our retail meeting after Christmas, we talked about it. And one of the people who was Jane Rice, she had a shoe store downtown, and she said, well, I've been to Bozeman, Montana, and they have this thing on Christmas, on the Friday after Thanksgiving. And we were like, we have to do something like that. And so the committee, just brainstormed and came up with things. In the beginning, we asked for button designs from artists. And then as we progressed, one of the changes we made was, hey, let's bring children into this. Let's have stroll buttons designed by children. And that's been super popular.
Oh, the kids absolutely love taking part in this.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite news stories to do every year when you guys send me the information on the Christmas stroll buttons, because, what a cool little thing as a kid to win. And someone's walking around with your art all day long, longer than that, for quite, almost a month, Teresa.
Yeah, it goes through Christmas Eve.
So that is really fun. Now, have you been on the committee for all 27 years?
Well, I don't know that. Well, either myself or my husband, John, were on the committee for all of those years. Maybe not both of us at the same time, but.
And outside of the button, what's been, would you say, in your opinion, the most impactful change through the years on the downtown community?
Well, I think that Christmas Stroll has become somewhat like rodeo weekend. It's kind of like a big reunion for anybody who's grown up in Sheridan. They like to come home. You know, you're going to see all these different people. And I just think it's become more than just about Christmas. It's about community.
And having it the day after Thanksgiving, you're right. A bunch of people are home, visiting their folks, visiting the kids, catching up with old friends. So it is almost like a Christmas homecoming, isn't it?
Right.
You can walk downtown and see people you haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
And I think that really says a lot about the community itself. Because, like you said, it's really kind of the, hate to use the word, but Hallmark Christmas that everyone kind of has in their head that they're trying to achieve. Yeah. Now, there's a contest linked to decorating the windows. Has the judging been done yet?
So you get to judge. It's a people's choice.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
How do folks do that?
So there is going to be on the stroll program that you can get that day. There's a QR code. It'll also be on Sheridan Media's website. It'll be on our website. But you can scan that or just go to SheridanMedia.com. And they will have a link to the page, and you can get on and vote for which business you thought was decorated the best.
When is the winner going to be announced?
December 11th is the final day to vote. So probably the 12th is actually when we will announce it.
Now, if some of the store owners downtown, some of the people taking part in this thing, helping out with the chamber, you get a lot of volunteers for this?
We do. We've been very fortunate for the chamber with our volunteers. So people like the event and they want to come out and help. So, and we've got our ambassadors that love doing the Santa pictures. So fun.
For those who were working on everything, when does Stroll start for them? Probably pretty early, huh?
We do, yeah. So with the button contest, we have to do that in the spring before kids are out of school. So we pick a theme about March, and then we get that out to the schools. They've got to have a deadline by the end of school year to get those in. And then we have a little bit of a break, and then we start into more planning.
So this is, I wouldn't say maybe all year, but it's on your mind all year.
Yeah, for sure. Because then about the time it's finishing, you got to figure out what your budget is for the next year and then start in with a theme. So
as the program development director, I know Ignite is huge every year. But would you say that the Stroll is probably one of the, if not the largest program that the chamber does for Sheridan?
Well, we have Ignite, we have Brewfest, we have Stroll, and our leadership program. So there's quite a few that are bigger programs that take a lot of time.
Yeah. How hard do you assign people? This is your program to manage. This is your program.
No.
You guys just do it all?
I'm a little bit of a control freak, so this isn't me.
I can understand that.
Right.
I can understand that. All right. We'll have more with the Sheridan County Chamber of Commerce Christmas Stroll when we come back. Stick around. This is Public Pulse on 930 KROE, 103.9 FM, Sheridan.
Have you heard? Sheridan's own VacuTech is growing, and they're now hiring part-time weekend workers. Open positions include general labor, machine operators, craters, and more. VacuTech is offering weekend premium pay and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. This is the perfect opportunity to make extra money or even a great living while working weekends and enjoying the week off. For more information and to apply, visit VacuTech's open opportunities page on their website at vacutechllc.com. When it comes to your Wyoming outdoor bragging rights, everybody's got a different take. C&B Operations, Buckaroo Blades, and Sheridan Media are giving you the chance to show the world what you want to brag about in the Bragging Rights photo contest on Sheridan Media's contest page. You could win a $300 bone-handled hunting knife and sheath and be part of supporting Wyoming outdoors because C&B Operations, your local John Deere dealer on Heartland Drive, will be donating $1,000 to the Wyoming Outdoors Federation to help make sure we keep our Wyoming outdoors what it's always been. Hey, and this is cool too. Just by stopping in to C&B and dropping an entry into the box in the new Ranch and Home and Hardware Supply store, you could win an amazing prize package, including a new chainsaw. So go to the SheridanMedia.com contest page, click on Bragging Rights, and upload your photo of anything hunting, fishing, camping, or hiking in Wyoming's great outdoors. And you could be the big winner of a $300 hunting knife from Buckaroo Blades. You know, the pioneers crossed the vast wilderness in covered wagons, yet today a lot of their offspring actually have to set alarms to remind them when to drink water. If you're needing water, all you have to do is call 307 Wildcat Well Service, a local company that specializes in locating water, drilling and pumps, even solar-powered water wells. So for water wells and all that goes with them, look for 307 Wildcat Well Service in the Country Bounty, and you too will have cool, clean water. Water.
Once a Packer fan, always a Packer fan. It's canned Ice Baby here, VIP with Sheridan Honda and Power Sports and First Northern Bank Pro Football Pick'em. Did you hear what happened this week? Let's recap.
T, 84 points.
Yeah, spinning the wheels.
You're letting your cat pick, aren't you?
No, I don't have a cat.
You should.
You should get one, huh?
Minnesota hosts the Dallas Cowboys. Magic.
I'm going to be at this game.
Oh, Magic.
So I am going to pick Dallas.
She's picking Dallas. You gonna wear a uniform in?
Absolutely.
You're gonna be in Minnesota.
I don't care.
You gotta wear your colors.
You said uniform, you probably meant jersey, but I like the idea of Melanie walking in. Full pads and a
I gotcha.
Okay. Melanie, suit up.
You can join us. Make your picks. You'll have the chance to win a prize valued at $100 if you have the high score for the week. Make your picks on the Pro Football Pick'em contest page on SheridanMedia.com. Oh, and tune in every Wednesday morning at 7:40 to KROE 103.9.
Good morning. Welcome back to Public Pulse. I'm Floyd Whiting. This morning I'm joined by Sheridan County Chamber of Commerce Program Development Director Teresa Dettymore and Christmas Stroll Planning Committee Chairperson Robbie Smith. Now, Robbie, we talked a little bit about why you joined the Christmas Stroll Planning Committee. Now let's talk about how all this work gets planned. When does the chamber start planning? When does the committee all sit down together and say, this is the theme for the year, this is what we're going to do?
Well, the first thing we do is have a meeting early on, usually in January, to say, okay, what went really well and what went wrong? What do we need to change? And over the years, we've developed different parts of Stroll, like Get Caught Shopping was not part of the original, but it's something that we tried one year and it was so popular. We've done it every year since. And I don't remember how long we've been doing Get Caught Shopping now.
I think about 5 years.
Okay.
But I'll bet that really attracts people downtown, doesn't it?
It does. It's a fun thing. As a store owner, when someone got caught shopping and won money in my store, it's very exciting and they're happy and, who doesn't love some free money?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think that's something we can all get behind. Now, how big is the committee that sits down and plans this every year?
8 people, probably.
Probably
8 folks. I mean, that's
eight
quite
to
a few.
10.
And who
depending.
usually makes that committee up?
It's a variety. We have some store owners. We have some local media on there. We have
Fire department and police are brought in to, see if they have any concerns or about things or to help, because it's a big thing for them to schedule, street closures and officers and fire department, and they do a little bit of decorating and help us out. And so and plus because of the roasting the marshmallows, fire department's involved for public safety and
Absolutely.
things like that.
Yeah. I could see that, and this is why there's a committee. I would have never thought we got open flame. We might want to involve those who know how to deal with an open flame. Now, how are the themes chosen? Are a bunch of ideas usually taken in and then everybody votes, or how do we do that?
Yeah, everybody throws out their ideas. These people at the chamber are so organized. They kind of keep track of these are themes we've thrown out before and not chosen. And, here's the list of all the themes we've had every year. And I don't know that anybody throws out anything new they can think of. And then we take votes and
go from there.
Yeah.
Now, what's been your favorite theme in all the years that you've participated?
I don't know if I have a favorite theme because they're all fun. And it's interesting as a business owner, it's interesting. You like to know kind of ahead of time so that you can plan out your window decoration.
How long did it usually take you and your team to get the window all planned out and set up?
Well, the planning starts earlier, and it has to be done by stroll day. But it's not like we want to start November 1st decorating our window for Christmas. So it's kind of a big push right at the end.
We had a whole show on is Christmas sneaking into our lives too soon every
Right.
year. Now, Teresa, have you had a favorite theme that's come by?
I don't know if I could pick one. We've had so many fun ones, and it's neat to see what people come up with windows. And the kids' designs are really fun to see when you throw out something, what they come back with. But
Is it the committee that sits down and kind of decides which design for the button will be chosen for the year?
Oh yes, Teresa sends us. She sends us the designs without any information of the child's name or age or anything else, and there's a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll start out, okay, here's all the designs, and then at some point we start saying, okay, pick your top. What do you do first?
Three.
The
Top three.
and it's hard because there's so
imagine that's
many good
difficult.
ones. There are so many good ones.
I can't even imagine having to sit there and decide one out of all the great designs that probably come your way. Now, what about a Dickens themed Christmas? That's kind of the classic Christmas that people think about, right? The old
Yes.
top hats, Victorian styles,
Yeah.
and I imagine outfits for that would be a little expensive, but that would be a good theme. What do you think, Teresa?
I think that would be fun.
There we go. I'm throwing that in the
There you
hat
go.
for
We'll
next year.
have to. We'll add it to the list.
Dickens Dickens themed Christmas. I think it'll work. Tell me about chamber bucks and how that works.
Yes. So chamber bucks are checks that you can come get from the chamber, and you can give them out for Christmas bonuses to your employees. You can give them as Christmas presents. And they're used at almost every business throughout town that's a chamber member. There's a few that got some new operating systems that can't take them anymore, but very small list. We had, actually, I got a good tip for you, Floyd. We had a business owner come in, and she buys chamber bucks from us every year because when she was shopping for her husband, he would see which store she'd gone to on there because she was using her debit card. And he could very easily figure out what he was getting. So she started coming in and buying chamber bucks, and she goes, now he doesn't know. All he knows is I spent, $100 or whatever at the chamber. He has no idea where I went.
That's ingenious.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, because every once in a while, hey, you went to this outdoor store here. You don't shop outdoors. I better go in there and see what she got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cheating there. But it's good to know that there's a way around. Now, what has proven to be the greatest challenge this year that you can think of to get everything developed and organized and put together?
I wouldn't necessarily say a challenge. Stroll is such a fun event. It's hard, there's always solutions if we come up against something. It's just the coordination, trying to figure out working with the city, because I will give them a shout out. The city hangs all of those Christmas decorations downtown.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
Those guys are amazing.
I mean, it really transforms the downtown, too.
It does, yep. And the fire department does all that big tree on the corner of Coffeen and Main there. They did it this past Sunday. So, and it's a lot, and it's pain, but they do it for us. So, yeah, they do a great job.
Each stroll kind of has this series of events that goes on in it. What is your favorite event of Stroll Day? It's a big question. Do you like jumping? Do you like the rides? Do you like the marshmallow roast? Maybe you still enjoy seeing Santa.
I like as we started in COVID, the all day. As a business owner, I like that we were busy all day long.
Yeah.
And I think that people like that because maybe they want to come shop in the morning and then they want to come back in the evening and just enjoy the festivities. The most magical part, I think, is the evening when the streets shut down, and it's dark out and the lights and And I think that's the most magical part of it. But I like the all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see how that would really benefit because a mom could go shopping, get everything taken care of, and then grab the kids and go down and enjoy it without having to, don't look in the bag, Jimmy, kind of situation.
Yeah.
Teresa, what about you? Is there a favorite event that takes place?
I wouldn't say a favorite, but Santa pictures are fun.
Oh.
We just stop in there and watch the kids and some of the things that they ask for. It's pretty funny.
And watching those little eyes light up when they see the old boy.
Yep.
Man, that for me, it's probably be my favorite. All right. One more time. When will this begin and how long will it run?
So it'll be the day after Thanksgiving, November 25th, and it'll be 8 a.m. to about 8 p.m. And then you can check your stroll button numbers all the way through till Christmas Eve. Keep wearing your button if you want to get caught shopping. People sometimes take them off, think that's not a piece of it, but you have to have it on. Otherwise, they don't know who to catch.
So make sure you got that button on, folks. You could get caught shopping by an elf, and you could win some prizes. That might take care of some shopping for you.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Teresa, Robbie, thank you both so much for coming in today. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank
and
you.
Have a great stroll.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with Sage Community Arts. This is Public Pulse on 930 KROE and 103.9 FM. Sheridan.
The owners and staff at Kane's Funeral Home would like to thank the families of Sheridan and Johnson counties for choosing Kane's and allowing them to serve you during these hard times. Kane Funeral Home makes it their mission to take the stress and uncertainty out of ceremonial services. They own and operate the only crematory in Sheridan County, so your loved one is always in their care. Kane's Funeral Home. Call 673-5837 or visit them online at canefuneral.com.
You grunt and groan every time you stand, bend, or reach. Ow. Aching bones and aching joints, they're not just painful, they're noisy. But seriously, for some, aching joints are debilitating. The specialists at Sheridan Ortho work tirelessly to end your aches and pains. From advanced hand and upper extremity surgery to computer-navigated spine surgery to complex sports medicine like hip arthroscopy, you're in good hands. Sheridan Orthopedics, serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. Visit SheridanOrtho.com. Same-day appointments may be available.
What would Christmas be without tradition? Without the comfort of home, the joy of family, and the smiles of children? Sheridan Media welcomes you to open your heart this year during the 25th annual Christmas Wish campaign. Due to temporary circumstances beyond their control, some families, friends, and neighbors will struggle to make ends meet, let alone have a Merry Christmas. It is tradition for the Christmas Wish campaign to bring the spirit of the holidays to those individuals. In the past, we have assisted several people with everything from bills to food, clothing, Christmas trees, and toys for children.
Please send your Christmas Wish nominations and donations to P.O. Box 5086 Sheridan or submit them online at SheridanMedia.com as soon as possible. All wishes must be submitted in writing and must include your name and phone number. There are follow-up questions our committee will need to have answered to properly assess each wish. Wishes must be received by Friday, November 25th.
Partners for this year's Christmas Wish campaign are Atlas Chiropractic, First Federal Bank and Trust, Heartland Kubota, Advanced Auto Body, A-Line Roofing and Exteriors, Wyoming Corporate Office, and Odell Construction.
Wrap Plumbing and Heating can handle any job you have, big or small. From new construction to a pesky leaking toilet, the professionals at Wrap Plumbing and Heating are here to assist you. Drippy faucet? Sure. New shower hardware? No problem. Plumbing an entire new house? For sure. Clogs that need snaked? Oh yeah. Wrap Plumbing and Heating has not met a job they can't handle. Too big a crap? Call Dan Rapp at 429-1196.
Banner Health is better than ever for nurses. Our ability to build strong teams, foster relationships, and create a sense of home has always set us apart. Now we're making our biggest investment ever in nurses through our unique pay and benefit programs, including sign-on bonuses, relocation, tuition assistance, comprehensive benefit packages, career advancement, and loyalty bonuses. We offer our locations in Wyoming, Casper, Wheatland, Worland, and Torrington. Visit bannerhealth.com/careers to learn more and apply. That's bannerhealth.com/careers.
We are ornamentally yours this Black Friday weekend at Nest Home and Holiday. Hi, this is Darlene. This Friday through Sunday, we are featuring our ornaments, and they will be sale priced at 15% off. Check our full page ad in this week's Country Bounty with all of our specials. 15% off all ornaments this Black Friday weekend at Nest Home and Holiday, Window Works and more at 1815 North Main Street. Now open Sundays, noon to 4. Free gift wrapping always.
It's fall. Hi, Kurt Smith here for the Sheridan Commercial Company. You can't go wrong when you turn to the Sheridan Commercial Company for helpful supplies for fall projects like weather stripping, caulking, insulating, and heat taping, finishing up any exterior painting and staining projects. Make sure to check all your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, as well as checking your fire extinguishers. We're your locally owned hardware store and have been since 1892. The Sheridan Commercial Company at 303 Broadway, open 7 days a week.
Good morning and welcome back to Public Pulse. I'm Floyd Whiting. For the second part of our show this morning, I am joined by the Executive Director of Sage Community Arts, Jill Benson. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Floyd.
Now, you said your November's been going pretty good. You got a show in there right now.
Yeah, it's been a real good November so far. This is the last week of our Wyoming Waters Water Media show, which has been so cool to see. We've had some really great sales pickup, throughout this year, talking to a lot of artists in different places. Sales of art, just a lot of smaller price tags have been selling. So this show was a little bit more modest price stuff, and so we're actually seeing some really good sales on that. Been really fun for a lot of artists to see. Some of them have been their first pieces that have sold. Others, it's just good to see their stuff selling again. So hopefully we see some stuff through this week sell again, especially with this Christmas stroll coming up and some extended hours there. But yeah, overall it's been really good, and we're really gearing up for our next show that'll close out the year.
So you said that this is probably the first time, the first time for many of these artists to show their work. Have you garnered more membership due to the show, or were they kind of members beforehand?
It was a complete mix. We had some members that long-standing been with us for a long time, and this was the first time they were members with us, first time they showed. They ticked all the boxes at first. So, and hopefully we get them another one of a first sale for them. But it's been really neat when we do these kind of more community calls, especially even just our general turnover for our members gallery. We've been getting new members each time, and that's so exciting to see, because some are coming back who maybe have taken a hiatus for a while. They're like, we're ready to get back out there, or we're changing gears and we want to up our membership. But a lot of new people coming into town, people who have been around the community a long time, just like realizing what we they're understanding what they're doing, how they're supporting. And Sage has really been working to figure out what else we can do to meet the needs of our non-artist members. Like, how can we educate you? What else can we do to help you if you're looking to become a collector? How do we start you in on those levels? So we're looking at expanding into a more robust lecture and artist series to be able to go into that. So hopefully next year we really get that going some more.
I think that would be absolutely fascinating. As a lover of art, I can remember the whole passion for art came from one man. He was an art teacher, Mr. Vigil, over in Star Valley Junior High.
Nice.
And for my 8th grade art class, he had a goal. He said, when you walk out of this room, I want you to be able to identify an artist just by looking at their work. And so that's where I really kind of learned, the passion and the dedication that it takes for so many of these works. And so I think a lecture series on learning art appreciation would get a lot of traction. I think that's got a lot of legs. I think some folks would really appreciate.
Yeah, I think we're very excited to get that going, and then we're always open to ideas of like, what do you want to hear about? What do you want us to bring in? Because we have such a robust community here and working to expand even throughout Wyoming, we can get almost anybody here. So,
and I think it's a great thing that we have new artists, because as an art lover, going in and seeing, this person's never showed before, or this piece is their first, stuff like that is just, it's great to see. And it really shows you the various types and styles that people really have here, just in Sheridan. I mean, what a lucky little city we are.
We are so unbelievably lucky here. And it's so great those new artists come in, you'll see a new style, but by seeing that new style, you'll start it's just another way to exercise the brain, exercise the mind. And once you see that, you can go back to some of the other styles that we've seen a little more, and you see them in a new light. You get a new appreciation for them. You see, they were doing this with the lines. Oh, now I understand what was going on here, and I'm seeing this different. Now I'm understanding a next level of something I felt like I really knew. Now I see it even deeper, and to be able to offer that. And the artists say that themselves. They'll be kind of in this real routine of what they're doing, and then they see something else. They're like, oh, I can incorporate this now. And then you see this whole new way they go, or they might keep going on, but they have this whole, they get excited just to be showing again, to be creating more. They might not overly change their style, but they're just so excited to be like, I see they're creating, I see their energy. And that's now inspiring me to keep going.
And inspiration from fellow artists.
So much.
I mean, it's great to see. You got big plans for Thanksgiving this year?
No, not too much. We're going to be hanging out here. We go over to my mother-in-law's, and it's just, she puts on such a great meal, and I do the pecan pie. Get that done and done for another year. So
that's your big specialty for Thanksgiving?
And a collection of Tupperware I bring over so we can then have the leftovers afterwards.
Nice.
So that's the plan we have. Like, how do we execute bringing home the leftovers? So, and then Sage will be up and running for the Christmas stroll. So several of my board members will be there throughout the evening. Might have some music stop by, but good times, good food will be there for sure.
And what a great Christmas gift, an original piece of art, something that somebody can hang up and look at throughout the year. Another show coming up, Member Pop-Up Show. It's going to begin December 6th and will be on exhibit until January 7th of 2023. Jill, what is a Member Pop-Up Show?
Wow, this has become a show. We started it out last year. We had this kind of open spot at the end of the year. Said selection committee, community curated show. We're like, well, what's that mean? And so what it developed into was, instead of just having the members in the member gallery that's up all year round, we said there's been so much want, and many of my members have put in applications to have a solo show or group show in the exhibition gallery, which is definitely biased, but it is a beautiful gallery.
It is. It's a beautiful
such
space.
a cool space. Yeah. And so we said, well, let's make the member gallery both galleries. So they get to take over both spaces. You have to be a member of Sage, but this is our answer to our members who want to be able to show more, do more with their art. We're like, okay, we give you more space right in our beloved galleries. We are a little more lax about the sizes. They can bring in some bigger pieces because we've seen a lot of our members starting to play with larger, different sizes. And they can bring up to 3 pieces instead of just 2. And we do ask that they haven't been shown with Sage this year, trying to get some more of the new work or older work that they've maybe been playing with the last 3 or 4 years into the gallery. Show something new, and encouraging them to bring in those Christmas-priced items so that we can help them move their work.
Get art out into the community.
Get art out in the community, exactly. And one of the really fun things we try to do with this, so our exhibition gallery, whenever we have a show in there, we have a really fun artist or opening reception. And that's such a great night because it is a night that showcases the artist that's showing with us, showcases their work. We get to have more of an intimate greet and meet with them. And that's what we're trying to also replicate with the member pop-up show. The 3 weeks leading up to Christmas, on the Thursdays, that's December 8th, 15th, and 22nd.
You did that from memory. That was impressive. That was impressive.
Thank you. 5:30 to 7:30 each of those nights. We're going to have an open house with the pop-up show. Again, showcasing our artists, highlighting our artists. And it's so great because they're all member artists. They'll have the tags that say exhibition artists. And again, it's that meet and greet, that intimate time and a night highlighting them, showing their art on the walls in our spaces, getting to answer them and show, hey, you are just as important as everyone else who is shown here, and this show is for you.
How many artists do you think you'll end up having in there?
Well, last year we had, figuring out the years we said we guarantee at least one of your pieces will show in the exhibition side, which became the most amazing Tetris game I've ever played.
I imagine, yeah.
And without going too crazy salon style, you could still see everything. We had 80 artists.
Wow.
In that gallery.
Now, I imagine a lot of space on those walls is going to be used because as of right now, what we have going on, the current water media show, you can go in there and it's pretty spaced out. It really kind of focuses on the work itself. When we have this member pop-up show, each artist is allowed to submit, you said 3 pieces.
Yep.
How are you going to get those on the wall? Is there a space or a size requirement that they have to follow?
The largest you can go is 5 foot wide, including frame. We can play a lot more with height, but the width is what gets us. But with the water media show, we were able to just do a single row, nothing stacked on top of each other. But one thing we found with many of our other shows, and especially last year putting up the pop-up show, a lot of pieces, they kind of echo off each other if they're stacked on each other. So we'll see 2 or 3 rows, depending if they're smaller or bigger. And that's why we will be shut down that Saturday, December 3rd, unless there's an immediate need to get some other work dropped off. But we will be closed because we take that entire weekend to lay out the show. And it's not just slapping everything up. We really want pieces that the colors echo each other, the subjects echo, because they just then build off each other. And even though we can have up to, and it's been great that a lot of our artists are also 3D artists, so we probably had 20 pieces that were actually on pedestals. And,
bringing that out away from the wall a little bit.
This is more wall space, but we can have up to 60, 70 pieces on the wall. But we were able to see everything. We were able to, everything jumped out at it because we really have worked at it. As the biggest goal of myself and my team is to make sure that how they're placed on the wall accentuates it. It doesn't get hidden by someone maybe who has a more ornate frame or has clearly been doing it longer. Because we have some, newer artists wanting to show with us, and their technique might not quite be there, but it's their first piece. They're so excited to hang it. So we want to have it accentuated the right way and just to elevate everybody's piece. And so that's our biggest challenge, but it's also the thing I look forward to almost the most. I joke that that's my art medium is to be able to curate and put up the show.
and I know I've said the same thing before. That is where you get to go in and be creative. And with multiple mediums, I mean, because with this pop-up show, we could see just about anything.
Yeah, you're going to see wood, fiber, metal, all the paint, acrylic, gouache, oils, watercolors, and a mix of everything else, mixed media. So it's going to be anything you want, you're probably going to find.
Yeah. So when you look at your space and then you look down at, I could only imagine the absolute pile of art that you've got to get up there.
Yep.
How is it ever daunting, or do you just take a breath and dive right in? How involved is your team with you when it comes to this process?
We are constantly chatting, constantly looking and piecing, and we've definitely now developed a system. There's a certain wall, the mezzanine wall under my office, that it's just a nice anchor point to start looking off. So we do that one first, and then it's once you it's kind of with any sort of training plan or project. Like once you take that first step, things really start to fall into place. So we get that first wall laid out and then actually tacked up to the wall. We're like, okay, now we see the vision, and it takes some time, but the next pieces, the next walls start to come together, and then we are. It's great. My office looks down over the gallery, and so we'll all be running up there, looking down, and trying to get different levels of viewing.
Oh wow!
No one actually looks at it from up there, but it just gives another way of like, actually, that piece, that color. Because sometimes it takes the subject away and looks more at the shape, the textures, the colors, and like, actually, those look really good together, or that's not going to work. Let's shuffle that one. And so,
Tell me about the partners who are going to be at the pop-up show real fast. I don't have a lot of time left, but you've got some people who are going to be there.
Yeah, so another part that we wanted to do this was answer again more into that Sage community arts. So each week leading up to Christmas, we will have a different non-arts, nonprofit partner with this. So on December 8th will be NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. December 15th will be the Sheridan chapter of Combat Vets. And December 22nd will be Science Kids. And what's so exciting about this is each week, Sage's commission for sales will be split with that nonprofit. So it's cool. Our way to give back to these partners that have that most of these will be new partners for us that we get to potentially have new projects with, and then also they're going to bring new audience to us, and we're going to bring new audience to them.
That's fantastic. I love how you formed these partnerships throughout the years. You've been there, what, 2 years?
Be 2 years. Yeah, at the end of this year, I'm up on 2.
And you guys, you have formed so many fantastic partnerships. One more time, tell me when this member pop-up show is going to be held at Sage.
It will be open December 6th through January 7th. Pop-up or the open houses are December 8th, 15th, 22nd. Live music, food, and then an interaction with our nonprofit partners will happen each one of those weeks.
That's fantastic. Jill, I want to thank you for coming in today. It's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you've been listening to Public Pulse on 930 KROE and 103.9 FM. Sheridan.
I'm Tom Kreitler, and this is News Talk 930 KROE.